Hello, Glam Fam. I'm back, and I'm glad to be back. And yes, I know I have the same look I know in another video, but that was my St. Patty's Day look. So it depends on when I decide to put these videos out, but the reason why I have this St. Patty's Day look is because I just did a video right before this one for St. Patty's Day, and this is my St. Patty's Day look, and I just didn't want to go back and redo my whole face again, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Anyway, tonight, as you saw in the title, we're going to talk about my story time. Again, my story time. And this video is going to be about when I was age 12 and me being such a tomboy. Well, of course, I was raised around 3 older brothers, okay? But yeah, I was definitely a tomboy. So anyway, let me start off first before we get to the story time. Let me tell you a little bit about my channel, in case we have any newcomers to our Glam Fam, which would be great. Let me tell you about let's see. I'm going to talk about the contest too, that we have every month. But I'm going to tell you about my channel first and what it's about. My channel is just a little bit about everything, guys. It's just a little about everything. I have story times back when I was a child. I have crazy vlogs, some little crazy, and I have, Dollar Tree hauls, and I will be having more vlogs coming up this soon as spring gets here, and as soon as our campground opens, I will be having all kinds of camping videos coming up, boating videos coming up, and just the whole camping, and it's going to be just on this channel. That's what I say, my channel just consists of a little bit of everything. Just a little bit of everything. I also do sometimes, like coming up real soon, I'm going to be getting my spring small wardrobe, for my camping, what I wear camping, and, my summer shorts and blah, 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 what have you. And when I get that, I will probably do a fashion haul or something like that to show you guys what, I wear camping and what's good for camping, and just, regular spring regular spring clothing line to do with, like I said, camping and just everyday looks. And what else do I do, guys? What else do? I do my lives on Sunday at 5 o'clock, every Sunday at 5 o'clock Central Time. That's Central Time PM. And last month, we had the contest winners on the February 28th. We had our contest winners, which I already talked about that in the other video with this look. So we're not going to get into that too much. But back to my channel, I have my baby Lily in it sometimes, which is my little Boston Mean Terrier. She's ornery, so get out, guys. She's ornery. I'm not going to bring her in tonight, but there is times I do put her in the videos. I do makeup tutorials on my lives. I do hair tutorials with my wig head thing, Miss Xenia. I do hairstyles on her. But anyway, enough about my channel. Welcome to any newcomers that we have. I'm glad to have you guys, and if you're thinking about subscribing. Now, what do we want to talk about now before I get into our story? We're going to talk about, of course, the contest. All right, the contest we have every end of the month. And the rules are, you have to be subscribed. I'm going to make this a little quick rules. You have to be subscribed. You have to comment or answer any questions on all the videos for the month of March. That's not including the lives at all. So you subscribe. You have to like. You have to comment. And like I said, if you want to get some extra entries in, all you have to do is get one of your friends to subscribe also to my channel. And if you let me know that and they're subscribed, and because of you, then you get extra entries in that. And usually what my prizes are, last month we had a $50 gift certificate, first prize. And our second prize was a face brush cleanser. And this month, I know for second prize, we are going to have this box of makeup right here. There's that so far, but there probably will be more added to that. And I will probably have a $50 gift certificate to anywhere you would like. And you also have to be a citizen of the United States because of postage. And that's it, guys. I guess that's about it on that. So, tonight is story time, and I think I'm going to try something just a little different this time. What I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to turn you guys around, let you just kind of see, you know, I'm going to be behind you, okay? I'm going to be behind the camera, and I'm going to see if I can, how I'm going to sound and all that, doing my story time. It's just a test, just a test. I'm going to see how it is. You guys can let me know if you like it better, if you don't like it better, or let me know. So I'm going to turn you guys around, and we're going to get started with my story time at age 12, which the year was 1969. 1969, okay? Let me turn you guys around. Maybe I'll turn you around. I don't know. You guys know how I am with cameras. Bad, I know. I'm bad. I'm bad with cameras. I know. Okay. I don't know what you guys really see. I'm going to turn you just a little more. Yes, I know, guys. My OCD's coming out really bad. I'm so sorry. Okay. We are going to start this story time when I was the age 12, and I was a tomboy. I was raised around 3 older brothers, and they really wore off. But I was just, like I said, I just done a lot of, I guess, things like this. Nowadays, I guess if a girl at age 12 done this, they would probably really think that she was a tomboy, and because I really was, like I said, at age 12. So here we go. We're going to get started. Alright, back in 1969, I was at the age 12, and yes, I was a tomboy and a half. I was such a tomboy that my mom had to get on to me about making me change my clothes. She had to get on to me about taking a bath. She had to get on me to make me wash my hair. It was just one of those. I wasn't a real dirty person, but you know, doing all that at that time, you know, that's just one thing I really didn't care about at all. But yeah, that's just the way I was. Well, anyway, so I always loved animals. Always loved all animals, and I still do, especially horses and ponies. I loved horses and ponies. And I had them since I was about probably 9 years old and on up, something like that. And at the time when I was 12, I had a very special pony. Very special pony. I had her for like 3 years, something like that. And her name was Susie. Why was her name named Susie? Because every animal that I had, as far back as I can remember, all the way till probably the age of 13 or 14, I named every animal, every one of my favorite animals, I named them Susie. Don't ask me why, I just did. But anyway, this pony was named Susie, and she was my favorite pony, my favorite one. I had her for about 3 years. About 3 years what I had her. And like I said, I named her Susie. She was kind of a medium dark brown color. She was a medium dark brown solid, more of a solid brown. And she had one white strip that started from like the top of her head all the way down to her nose. And I always rode her bareback. I always rode my ponies bareback. The only thing I ever put on them was a bridle. That was it. And so anyway, before we go any farther, I want to let you guys know also that I do have more stories coming up about Susie and the Pony Story 2s. I have more stories about her to tell you, but I just want to let you know that. And let's get back to where we were. Like I said, when I get on Susie all the time, I always rode bareback. Bareback and a bridle. That's all I had. And I back then, honestly, if I had a saddle, I don't think I could even stay on it. I didn't even know I'd never sat on a saddle or anything. And anyway, I always wore, like t-shirts and blue jeans, and I never wore shoes and socks. Never wore shoes and socks. Always barefooted. Hair was never combed unless, like I said, unless Mom made me, stringy hair all the time. I mean, like I said, I wasn't a dirty person at all, but, that's just something I didn't care about at the time. So anyway, back then, there's times that I would go fishing. Now, back then where we lived on fishing, there was a pond back there behind Mom and Dad's house. We lived around cornfields. And there was a pond back there behind the cornfield, behind Mom and Dad's. Then there was like a pine coney type woods. And inside that woods, there was like a little pond in there. So anyway, I don't remember how I discovered that. I really don't know. I don't remember that part far back. But I do know that it had a little pond and I'd go fishing in there. So anyway, first thing I'd do when I decided to go fishing, I'd go out there and I'd get Dad's shovel. And I'd go out there and I'd get me a can, like a vegetable can, canned vegetable can. I'd get it all emptied out and stuff. And I'd go out there and dig me a little hole, and I'd take some of that dirt and I'd stick it in that can, And I'd start digging and stuff, and I probably about the time I got to about 12 worms or so, I figured that's probably enough. So I put my worms in the can, and then I take a little bit of dirt, and I'd put it on top of my worms, and that was my bait for my fish. And then also, we didn't have a whole lot of money back then and stuff, so you learned just to make things the best way you could and how it worked. As long as it worked for you, it was fine. So anyway, I had this stringer I'd made, for my fish. And how I made my stringer was, I take like 2 sticks, pretty good solid sticks. And I take one that was a little bit longer, and I take a stick that was a little bit shorter, okay? And that would be my stringer, but let me put it together for you. Then I would get me like a twine, like a piece of twine, pretty strong twine, twine. And I'd get that, probably, I don't know, maybe, so many inches, just long enough, I don't know, probably, oh gosh, what do I want to say, maybe a foot or 2, maybe, I don't know, I'm not good with measurements, but anyway, I'd get that twine, and I'd take them sticks, and at one end, I would wrap that big stick around that twine, and then I would tie it, and then on the other end, I would take the short stick, and I'd wind that up in that twine, and then I'd tie it. And then that was my little thing for my fish, And how I done it was which I didn't know any better back then, okay? It's just the way I did it. If I caught a fish or something, usually what I would do, that was my little homemade stringer there. Usually what I would do, I would take that small stick, and like I said, guys, I really didn't know much better then. And I would take that small stick and push it through the side of the fish's gill, through his gill, through his mouth, and then slide him down all the way to the end of my, the end of my string there. And that's what I call my stringer, was right there. That was my stringer, okay? But I didn't know at the time you actually were kind of supposed to poke them kind of like in the bottom of their mouth and kind of make it go through which is cruel, but anyway, the bottom of their mouth, and then, poke it at the top where they could still breathe. Because every time after I catch my fish and stuff, every time before I got home, my fish was always dead. So, yeah, that kind of explains that, don't it? But anyway, like I said, I had my stringer already, I had my worms already, and I did have a cane pole now. I had a cane pole, and I had a little cork on it with a little bitty sinker on it, and a hook. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. And my worms. That's all I needed. So anyway, I'd go over there and I'd load up, get ready to get on old Susie. I'd jump on her back, bridle in my hand. And here I was riding, I'd get the side of the yard and the cornfield. There was a cornfield on the side of Mom and Dad's yard, and then there was a cornfield in the back of Mom and Dad's yard. So I usually just rode the side there, and rode it all the way back. Rode Susie all the way back to the woods there where the pond was. So me and her, we'd go back there, and we'd go in that little wood and go up to that pond, and I'd bait my hook, and she'd just stand there with me. I didn't need a lead rope or nothing with her. She'd always just stand there with me all the time. She's my buddy. And I'd sit there, and start waiting for fish to bite. And usually they did. And honestly, all they were back there, they just bluegill and stuff, but they were still fun to catch. And that's usually what I caught, and I knew which ones to keep, like they were real small. No, I didn't. But if they were like, a little over the small or whatever, I did keep. And the reason why I did keep them is because I done something with them that this story, sorry guys, this story will be continued. Because it's going to go into what I did with those fish and how I used to love helping this little old lady. Her name was Mrs. Atterbury. How I would help her, and that's what my next video will be about. And so let me turn you guys back around. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry. It's continued. It's a sweet story. It's a sweet upcoming story. I hope you guys all watch, and I hope you like that story, and it will be continued. And I hope you guys liked it not seeing me. Let me know if you guys like that story seeing me or not, but it seems like I can concentrate a little better if I just turn you guys around and tell my stories and stuff. I don't know. It just seems like I can concentrate better. And so hang on, because my next video will be the rest of my story about my fishing and what I did with my fish. And a little sweet lady named Mrs. Atterbury. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next one. Love you, Glam Fam.